Everyone told me that 6 weeks postpartum was when I'd finally feel human again. Like something would click. Like I'd wake up and think, okay, I've got this now. But at exactly 6 weeks, when I sat in that doctor's office for my postpartum checkup, and she smiled and said, "You're all cleared for exercise," I felt this strange mix of relief and dread, because part of me had been waiting for that clearance, like it was permission to become myself again, but another part of me knew I wasn't ready. And I remember driving home from that appointment, baby asleep in the back seat, and already making plans in my head. I'd start tomorrow, fresh start, new beginning. That night, after I finally got the baby down, I sat on the couch with my phone and started scrolling. Postpartum bounce back. New mum fitness. Get your body back in 30 days. I picked a program that looked doable. 20 minutes, bodyweight exercises. How hard could 20 minutes be? I planned my healthy meals for the week, wrote them in my planner like that would make them happen. I told myself, this is it, my fresh start. And then the next morning I tried to work out. I set up the living room, I put on the video, I started following along, and not even 10 minutes in, I had to stop. I wasn't tired from effort, I was shaking from exhaustion, the kind that feels deep in your bones. And I sat there down on the floor, right there in the middle of the workout. My legs were trembling, not sore, trembling. And I just sat there thinking, what's wrong with me? I used to be able to do this. I used to be strong. And that's when it hit me. 6 weeks isn't a reset button. It's just the point where expectations change. For the first 6 weeks, everyone expects you to rest. You get a pass. People bring you your meals. If you're lucky enough, they tell you to take it easy. They understand that you're exhausted. But the moment you're cleared, the pressure quietly creeps in. People start asking when you'll be back at the gym, when you'll get back to normal. You're expected to have more energy, to cope better, to bounce back. But what I wish someone had told me is this. Your body at 6 weeks postpartum is like a phone that's been running on 5% battery for months. Getting clearance doesn't mean you're fully charged. It just means it's finally safe to plug back in. The exhaustion I felt wasn't laziness. It wasn't lack of willpower. It was my body still in survival mode, protecting itself from doing too much too soon. And when I tried to push through that, everything got worse. Forced myself to show up for that workout the next day, and the day after that, I thought if I just pushed through, my body would remember. It would catch up. But after 3 days of trying, I couldn't get off the couch without wincing. My energy didn't improve. It crashed harder. My mood dipped. I felt irritable, resentful. I snapped at my husband over nothing, and I started to dread movement instead of looking forward to it. And that's when I finally stopped and asked myself, what am I actually doing here? Why am I pushing myself for not being ready for something my body clearly can't handle yet? And the day I gave myself permission to stop trying so hard was the day things actually started to shift. Not because I did more, but because I did less. I stopped following programs. I stopped trying to get back to anything. I started moving in ways that felt okay. A walk around the block, stretching on the floor while the baby played next to me. Some days that felt like enough. Some days it felt like too much. And slowly, so slowly, I started to feel myself again. Not my old self, but a different version. One that I had to get to know. And that's when I realized the real truth about 6 weeks postpartum. It's not when you get your old self back. It's when you start learning how to live in a new body. Slowly, gently, and far more patience than anyone prepares you for. And if you're sitting there at 6, 8, even 12 weeks wondering why you don't feel better yet, you're not broken. You're not behind. You're not doing it wrong. You're right where a lot of us have been. Now, I've talked more in depth about this in another video if you want to go deeper. No pressure, it's linked below.